When it comes to investing, absolutely nothing has changed. According to Warren Buffett, anyway. Warren Buffett is one of the most famous investors of all time. He is now retired, or let's refer to that as being out. He is out. He is out of the game. He is out of the business of investing. But nothing has changed. And the reason I'm making this video today is the key to investing is investing over time for long periods of time. Finding really good companies and following them very closely and investing in them. But it's also important that you understand you're not buying stock. Nobody's buying stock. What is stock? Stock is a little piece of a company you buy. You're buying something you own. You own the company. Don't ever forget that when it comes to buying stock. You will have people who will come to you and they'll say, oh, you should buy this stock, you should buy that stock. There are a lot of people that own stock, they don't even have a clue what they own. And that's especially true when it comes to ETFs or funds. Most people don't have a clue what's in their fund. Now, that's okay. If you have a financial advisor, and I highly recommend that, it's okay to invest like that. I have some funds. I have a financial advisor who handles a specific portfolio for me. I have that financial advisor for a reason. Not so much for his expertise, although I do like to pick his brain and I take advantage of his knowledge. But it's more so for him to provide me with the research I need to bolster the other portfolios that I have. And I have a few. Now, I talk a lot about Tesla on this channel. And by the way, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy on YouTube. I'm just telling you what I do and how I operate. So get yourself a financial advisor, do your own research, whatever you want to do. So let's get back to it. I invest in Tesla. And the reason I invest in Tesla is I study the company 7 days a week, sometimes 4 or 5 hours a day. There's nothing I don't know about that company. Nothing. I mean zero. I know everything they do. I know everything they're working on for the most part. I mean, there's stuff that they work on that nobody knows about, but for the most part, I keep a very, very close eye on that company. I also take full advantage of other people who are doing what I'm doing, and especially people in the Tesla community. People I follow on X, and people I follow on YouTube. And some of those people I subscribe to. Some of those people are engineers. Some of them have worked at Tesla. Some of them are just in the automobile industry, even outside of Tesla. Most of them have very, very high knowledge, extensive knowledge on the electric vehicle industry. Oh my God, I love this. As I'm driving that was a white Model Y Juniper that just passed by. I absolutely love that car, and I'm probably going to buy one very soon. But anyway, I digress. I study these people very closely. This past weekend in California, in San Francisco, in the Bay Area, they had the X Takeover event, and Elon spoke there. And he talked a little bit about what's going on with the company. He has to be careful. This is a publicly traded company, and he can't share too much. But we know there's great things going on there. But he talked about artificial intelligence, and he talked about Optimus robot, and he talked about the fact that things are moving so fast that we are just clueless. His quote was, "Artificial intelligence is coming faster than a hypersonic tsunami." Artificial intelligence is happening or coming faster than a hypersonic tsunami. I want you to think about that for a minute. Who is going to benefit from that? Well, many companies are going to benefit. We believe humanity is going to benefit from it. But I'll tell you who else is going to benefit from it. Tesla. And everything they do and everything they stand for. Their cars, their rockets, their robots, their battery technology, their robotaxi network, the Boring Company, Neuralink, all of those are going to benefit from that artificial intelligence. It's very important you understand that. But anyway, the reason I made this video, I started thinking about Warren Buffett. And I've known about Warren Buffett all my life. And as a younger man, I wasn't paying attention. And I wasn't investing at a very young age. And though I've done very well, I don't want you to make that same mistake. I made a video using artificial intelligence, and some of the stuff in the video is basically, well, all of it is quotes and speeches and segments and little snippets of things that he has said over his lifetime. And I compiled all that together and I created a video. And I want you to watch it, because basically what it says is, if you have a company and if you have a product, you might have a product in your kitchen that you use. You may have a product in your garage that you use. You know, you have an iPhone, right? Maybe you should be purchasing Apple stock. Now, I'm not suggesting you buy any of these companies, including Tesla. But I'm just telling you, nothing has changed. Since he was a young man, nothing has changed when it comes to investing. You want to invest in good companies. You want to know what you own. You want to follow it very, very closely. And you want to pay attention. But you must do this over very long periods of time. And you must take full advantage of the eighth wonder of the world, which is compounding interest. Anyway, it's getting dark. I'm going to get off now. I want you to watch the video that's coming up now.
Warren Buffett is more than a legendary investor. He's a teacher and philosopher. He lives simply in Omaha, Nebraska. Yet his wisdom has made him a billionaire many times over. His annual letters to Berkshire Hathaway shareholders are famous for their clarity and insight. Buffett's real gift is making complex ideas about money and life simple and relatable. People seek his advice not just for investing, but for living a meaningful, principled life. In this journey, we'll uncover the core pillars of his philosophy and what truly makes him the Oracle of Omaha. Buffett's legacy rests on three pillars: investing, business, and life. First, he teaches us to see stocks as ownership in real businesses, not just numbers on a screen. Next, he shows how to build lasting companies by valuing trust, autonomy, and reputation. Finally, he reminds us that true wealth is about doing what you love and investing in yourself. These principles connect, forming a practical and profound philosophy. Let's dive into the mind of Warren Buffett and discover his most powerful ideas. Investing isn't about being a genius, it's about patience and temperament. Buffett and Munger's mantra: buy wonderful businesses at fair prices and hold them for the long term. Think of buying a business like buying a farm. You care about its long-term earning power, not daily price swings. Look for companies with a durable competitive advantage, a moat, like Coca-Cola or American Express. These businesses are simple, profitable, and built to last. Investing is about understanding what you own, not gambling on market moves. Focus on the fundamentals, not the noise. That's the real secret to successful investing. The market is a voting machine in the short run, but a weighing machine in the long run. Ignore daily noise, focus on business fundamentals, and let compounding work its magic. Buffett's fortune grew by letting his investments snowball over decades, not by constant trading. His Coca-Cola investment is a classic example. Hold great businesses and let dividends and growth compound. The lesson: don't jump in and out of the market. Find businesses you'd own for a decade, even if the market closed tomorrow. Compounding is simple, but it requires patience and discipline. That's how real wealth is built. Know your circle of competence. Invest only in businesses you truly understand. The size of your circle doesn't matter. Knowing its boundaries does. Buffett sticks to industries he understands, like insurance and consumer goods, and avoids what he doesn't. You don't get extra points for difficulty. Simple, understandable businesses can be the best investments. Expand your circle by reading and learning, but never be afraid to say, I don't know. See's Candies is a simple business, but a phenomenal investment. Genuine understanding beats speculation every time. Those 3 words, I don't know, can save you a fortune. Ben Graham taught Buffett to treat the market as a servant, not a master. Mr. Market offers to buy or sell every day, but his moods are erratic. Don't let his emotions dictate your actions. Use his folly to your advantage. The market exists to serve you, not instruct you. Most of the time, the best move is to do nothing. Real risk comes from not knowing what you're doing, not from price swings. If you understand the business, a falling price is an opportunity, not a disaster. Stay disciplined, ignore the noise, and let Mr. Market work for you. Price is what you see blinking on the screen. Value is the true worth of a business, what it's really worth based on its future earning power. Your job as an investor is to buy for less than value, creating a margin of safety. Like driving a lighter truck over a bridge, you want a buffer. In investing, always ask, what is the business worth? Remember, price is what you pay, value is what you get. That's the key to successful investing. Building a business isn't just about numbers and plans, it's about people. At Berkshire Hathaway, we buy companies, not just stocks, and trust extraordinary managers to run them. Our philosophy is simple: find great people, give them autonomy, and get out of their way. It's all about trust. We look for integrity, intelligence, and energy in our managers. We believe in handshake deals and partnerships built to last. This culture of trust is our greatest advantage. We look for businesses so wonderful that even an idiot could run them, because sooner or later one will. It's not about insulting managers, it's about the power of a great business model. A company with a strong economic moat can withstand mistakes and still thrive. Think of Coca-Cola or See's Candies, simple, durable, and loved for generations. That's the kind of business we want to own forever, one that stacks the odds in our favor. See's Candies is one of my favorite business stories. Charlie and I bought it in 1972 for $25 million. Some thought we overpaid, but we saw a simple company with a powerful brand and loyal customers. See's didn't need huge investments to grow, its reputation did the work. That brand loyalty let us raise prices and generate cash year after year. The lesson? Focus on businesses that gush cash, not just profits on paper. That's real value. I've made plenty of mistakes, some real whoppers. My biggest? Buying Dexter Shoe in 1993 for $400 million in Berkshire Hathaway stock. I thought Dexter had a durable moat, but foreign competition wiped it out almost overnight. That $400 million became worthless, and the stock would be worth billions today. But mistakes are the best teachers. I learned to only invest in businesses with truly lasting advantages. Don't be afraid to fail. Just make sure you fail forward and get wiser each time. One last thought on building businesses that last, and it's arguably the most important one of all. It's about something you can't see on a balance sheet, but is more valuable than any factory or patent. It's reputation. As I've said many times, it takes 20 years to build a reputation and only 5 minutes to ruin it. If you think about that, you'll do things differently. This applies whether you are running a small lemonade stand on the corner or a massive Fortune 500 company. Your reputation is your most precious asset, and you must guard it fiercely every single day. At Berkshire, we tell our managers that we have all the money we need. We are not willing to lose a single shred of our reputation, not for one extra dollar of profit. We can be understanding about business mistakes. They happen. But we have zero tolerance for personal misconduct or any action that tarnishes the name of our company. We expect our managers to ask themselves one simple question before they act. Would they be willing to have their action written up on the front page of their local newspaper to be read by their friends, family, and neighbors? If the answer is no, they shouldn't do it. This focus on reputation is how you build the ultimate moat. Think about a company like Geico. We have spent decades building a reputation for low costs and great service. When customers trust you, they stick with you. They recommend you to their friends. That trust is incredibly difficult for a competitor to replicate. It's not something you can buy with a big advertising budget. It has to be earned over a long period of time through millions of individual interactions. Every claims adjuster, every customer service representative is a guardian of that reputation. In the end, doing the right thing is not just a moral imperative, it's also good business. A solid reputation attracts the best talent, fosters loyal customers, and earns the trust of partners and regulators. It creates a tailwind that helps a business sail smoothly through good times and bad. So, as you build your own career or your own business, never compromise your integrity. Treat your customers, your employees, and your community with fairness and respect. It pays dividends that you can't measure on a financial statement, but that are essential for building something that truly stands the test of time. Folks, I've been incredibly lucky in my life, not just with investments. I won what I call the ovarian lottery. Being born in the right place and time gave me opportunities many never get. Because of this, I've never equated money with success. I still live in the same Omaha house I bought in 1958. True wealth is having control over your time and doing what you love. I get to work with people I admire, like Charlie Munger. That freedom is the ultimate luxury, and that's real wealth. There's a very important question you have to ask yourself in life. Are you living by an inner scorecard or an outer scorecard? The outer scorecard is about what the world thinks of you. It's about praise, titles, awards, and how your success is perceived by others. It's about keeping up with the Joneses and worrying about what other people will say. The inner scorecard, on the other hand, is about your own standards. It's about whether you are living up to your own potential and your own values. It's about feeling good about the person you see in the mirror. Too many people in this world are driven by that outer scorecard. They buy bigger houses and fancier cars not because they need them, but because they want to impress their neighbors. They take jobs they don't enjoy because the title sounds prestigious. They make decisions based on what will get them the most applause. The problem with this approach is that you are essentially letting other people run your life. You become a puppet, and the world is pulling your strings. You'll wake up one day when you're 50 or 60, and you'll realize you've lived a life that wasn't your own, and you'll be miserable. I learned early on to live by my inner scorecard. I don't care what Wall Street analysts or financial commentators think about Berkshire's quarterly results. I care about whether we are building long-term value for our shareholders and operating with integrity. I would rather be judged a failure by the world but feel like a success on my own terms, than be applauded by the world and feel like a fraud inside. Your satisfaction should come from the quality of your work and the character of your actions, not from the validation of others. It's the only way to achieve genuine, lasting happiness. I often tell students to think about it this way. Would you rather be the world's greatest lover but have everyone think you're the worst? Or would you rather be the world's worst lover but have everyone think you're the best? It's a funny question, but it gets to the heart of the matter. If you can get to a point where you are comfortable with your own decisions, regardless of what the crowd is shouting, you will have a tremendous advantage in life. Focus on being the person you want to be, not the person others want you to be. That is the key to a life of integrity and peace. The most important decision you will make in your life, besides who you marry, is who you choose to associate with. You will move in the direction of the people you surround yourself with. So, it's incredibly important to surround yourself with people who are better than you are. Find friends, mentors, and partners who challenge you, who inspire you, and who push you to become a better version of yourself. Their habits, their values, and their way of thinking will rub off on you. If you hang around with people who are kind, intelligent, and have high standards, you will naturally start to adopt those qualities yourself. I've been incredibly fortunate in this regard. My greatest partner in life and in business has been Charlie Munger. For decades, Charlie has been my sounding board, my reality check, and my intellectual partner. He is smarter than I am, and I have never been afraid to admit it. He has a mind that can cut through nonsense like a hot knife through butter. He has saved me from countless mistakes over the years just by saying, "Warren, that's a dumb idea. Here's why." Having someone like that in your corner, someone whose judgment you trust implicitly, is an invaluable asset. This principle doesn't just apply to business partners. It applies to your friends, your colleagues, and your spouse. Marry the right person. I can't overstate how important that is. It will make more difference in your life than anything else. You want a partner who supports you, who believes in you, and who helps you grow. The same is true for your friendships. It's better to have a few high-quality friends who lift you up than a large circle of acquaintances who drag you down. Choose your heroes carefully. Pick people you admire not for their wealth or fame, but for their character. And just as importantly, you should strive to be that person for others. Be the kind of friend, partner, and colleague that makes the people around you better. Be generous with your time and your knowledge. Celebrate the successes of others. When you help other people rise, you rise with them. Life is not a zero-sum game. The success and happiness of others does not diminish your own. In fact, it enhances it. Building a network of strong, supportive, and admirable people is the most important investment you will ever make. It pays dividends and happiness that compound over a lifetime. The best investment you can make is in yourself. Your skills can't be taxed, inflated away, or stolen. Keep learning. Your mind is your most powerful asset. If you have a weakness, face it head on and turn it into a strength. Take care of your mind and body. You only get one of each. Treat them like gold. A healthy mind and a healthy body is the foundation for all your success. Ultimately, money has very little utility for me. I can't eat more or sleep better because I have billions of dollars. But that money can have enormous utility for others, funding research, education, and lifting people out of poverty. That's why I joined Bill and Melinda Gates to start the Giving Pledge, a commitment to give most of our wealth to philanthropy. The real joy is seeing the impact. In the end, success is measured by how much you give back. Warren Buffett's wisdom isn't just about investing, it's a way of life. His approach is built on 3 pillars: investing, business, and life itself. Each pillar reinforces the others: patience, discipline, and integrity. True wealth isn't just money, it's time, freedom, and meaningful relationships. These 3 pillars form a simple roadmap for a rich, fulfilling life. Success comes from sticking to simple, timeless truths. If we had to boil down all of my wisdom into a few core tenets, they would be patience, integrity, and continuous learning. These are the unchanging rules of the game I've played so successfully for over 70 years. Patience is the magic ingredient in the power of compounding. It's the willingness to wait for the right pitch, to let your investments grow like a snowball rolling down a long hill, and to allow a good business to prove its worth over decades, not quarters. In a world that demands instant gratification, patience is a superpower. It allows you to tune out the short-term noise and focus on the long-term signal. Integrity is the bedrock of it all. It's the understanding that your reputation is your most valuable asset, built over a lifetime and easily destroyed in minutes. For me, this isn't just a quaint moral saying, it's a practical business strategy. A reputation for fairness and honesty attracts the best partners and the most loyal customers. It's the invisible moat that protects everything you build. Living by an inner scorecard, doing what you would be proud to see on the front page of the newspaper, is the only way to build a business and a life that can truly withstand the test of time. It's about playing a long game where your character is your capital. And finally, there is the relentless commitment to learning. I spend most of my day reading and thinking for a reason. I know that the world changes, and the only way to adapt is to keep learning. Investing in yourself, by expanding your circle of competence, developing new skills, and learning from your mistakes, is the highest return investment you can possibly make. Your knowledge is an asset that can never be taken from you. This humility, this acknowledgement that you don't know everything and must always be learning, is what keeps my mind sharp and my strategy relevant decade after decade. These 3 rules, patience, integrity, and learning, are not complicated. They don't require a fancy degree or a secret algorithm. They are accessible to anyone, anywhere. Yet they are difficult because they require emotional control and discipline. They demand that you think for yourself, resist temptation, and choose the hard right over the easy wrong. The beauty of my philosophy is its simplicity. The challenge lies in its execution. I've shown you the path. Walking it is up to you. The game is simple, but as I would be the first to admit, it is not easy. In the end, the most empowering message I can share is one of optimism and agency. I don't present my success as an unattainable feat of genius, but as the logical outcome of applying simple principles over a very long time. My story is a testament to the idea that you don't need to be born into extraordinary circumstances to achieve extraordinary results. You just need to start rolling your own snowball. Find a patch of wet, sticky snow, something you understand and are passionate about, and get started. It might be small at first, but with a long runway and the power of compounding, it can grow into something magnificent. Your snowball could be your savings, your career, your knowledge, or your relationships. The principles are the same. Start early, be consistent, reinvest your successes. Let time do the heavy lifting. Don't get discouraged by the small size of your snowball in the beginning. Every great fortune and every great life started with a small first step. The key is to find a very long hill, which means thinking about the long term in everything you do. Make decisions today that the future you will be thankful for. That is how you build lasting wealth, both financially and personally. As you move forward, carry with you the folksy wisdom of the Oracle. When the market panics, remember Mr. Market and look for opportunity. When you face a tough decision, consult your inner scorecard. When you choose your colleagues and friends, look for people who make you better. And never forget to invest in the most important asset you have, yourself. Read, learn, and face your fears, just as a young Warren Buffett did when he signed up for that public speaking course. These small acts of self-improvement are the flakes of snow that will make your snowball grow. My life is a masterclass in how to win at the game of money, business, and life. But my final lesson is perhaps the most generous. It's a message of encouragement. I've laid out the blueprint for all to see. The secrets are not secrets at all. They are timeless truths, hiding in plain sight. Play the long game, act with integrity, be patient, keep learning. And as I might say with a smile while sipping on a cherry Coke, if you do that, you'll do more than just fine. You'll build a life of true and lasting wealth.